Time for another episode of the Joshcast. It's the Joshcast, where we talk about my irritable bowel syndrome. All right. So the day before yesterday, I had ice cream and cake and cream, just a giant dollop of cream. And then yesterday, my bowels evacuated. It was, it was an evacuation that really, the system is cleaned out to the point where I'm a different weight class than when I started. I love that I said weight class, implying that I can wrestle. I was never interested in wrestling. I figure if I'm crying hysterically over getting frustrated with golf, I think wrestling's pretty much out of the wheelhouse. And all I ate yesterday, as I was going through this process of excessive purging, was a salad. And I'm kind of at that place now where I'm hungry, but at the same time I don't want to eat because it's just nice to feel empty. Empty in the Buddhist sense, perhaps. And now through this emptiness, I feel a clarity. And I see with that clarity, yes, I am in fact lactose intolerant. And I'll tell you something, if I had it to do over again, I would have done it exactly the same thing. Why? Because ice cream is magnificent. So, I'll probably last another 5 years before I have to do that again. And now the question is, how do I handle feeling hungry, but at the same time exhausted? My stomach feels exhausted. My bowels are saying, stop, just give us a minute. Let us breathe. So, what can I see with this clarity? What do I see around me? Moor Park Street. It's a very medieval name for a street. Moor Park. Isn't a moor... Isn't a moor a hill? Hill park? Is that what it is? A park full of hills? I wish I could name city streets. Oh, that'd be so much fun. I would have so much fun with naming city streets. I wouldn't use proper names. I would use phrases. Like the street I'm on right now, I would rename it. Yeah, we're trying to be West Hollywood, but it's North Hollywood. That's what I would name this street. There's a sign that says, learn to flip houses. It's a red sign, which is appropriate because it seems like a giant red flag to me. Learn to flip houses. Oh, okay, just call this number and I will learn all of the subtleties of electrical and plumbing and architecture and construction and real estate law, real estate marketing. Really? That's impressive. That's a lot. I feel like I would call that number and I would wind up helping to rip down a wall with asbestos in it in a house somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and say Victorville. That's what that sign is. There's a movie that's coming out called Motherless Brooklyn. I know nothing about the movie, but I love the name. Because I can hear, like, the accent is in the name. Motherless Brooklyn. I'll tell you what it was. It was a motherless Brooklyn. And I've discussed this. I have a bit about this. I think it's a bit. I think it's funny. I don't know. I feel like Mark Maron can say, yeah, I have a bit about this where I da-da-da-da-da, because he's a successful comedian. So I have a theoretical bit about this. That the Brooklyn accent, there's so much life to it. And it's so specific. And there's so much of the flavor of the region. And I'm from Aurora, Colorado, and there's no Aurora accent. You know, I'll have a double. I'll have a scotch on the rocks. Bartender. Whereas with me, excuse me, bartender, I would like a scotch on the rocks. And the bartender's not going to say, I see you're from Aurora. You have that front range lilt. Yeah, not so much. My accent is called the neutral accent. And what I find hysterical about that is that in a way it's neutral, you know, not only in the sound, but kind of it reflects the neutrality of the Midwestern personality a little bit. No. Oh, we don't talk politics at the table. Oh, I'm not going to take one side or the other on that. No. I totally remain neutral. But as with all neutrality really is you saying you're neutral and then secretly choosing a side. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do about the stomach situation because it feels like I'm not completely over it either. And that the next time I go, it's going to be more of the same. And so I'm trying to figure out what can I get away with eating, what should I not eat. I'd like to just not eat at all. Maybe I'll just have some tea. But it's been over 16 hours since I've eaten. And I'm feeling a bit low energy. Oh man, there's a guy with a leaf blower right under the window of an apartment. 9 a.m. Why is there a need to blow leaves? I can understand all the other gardening, but why blowing leaves? Is it purely for aesthetic reasons? What have leaves ever done to you? So you step on leaves. What is the big deal with leaves? What's the deal with leaves? I do like the FedEx logo because there's that arrow that's in the middle of the E and the X, that very subtle arrow. Very clever, FedEx. There's only one flaw. I think FedEx, if they're international, isn't that bigger than federal? Oh! Looks like somebody told FedEx. I have this, I hate doing this, but there will be days where I will get up and I will say to myself, today's going to be a bad day. Something's going to happen. Something bad is going to happen today. And I hate to say it, but I'm feeling that. I'm feeling like today is going to be a day. But what I'm trying to tell myself is that bad things are going to be thrown my way. However, I am going to handle it. That's my vibe. I feel better about handling it. So that's a nice feeling, isn't it? That's a nice feeling. It's a delightful feeling. So that's what I'm trying to say, that whatever bad thing comes along my way, I really want to be able to breathe, and instead of flipping out, be calm and handle it with a detached sense of humor. Can I channel Sir Alec Guinness? That's what I'd like to do. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Who never broke a sweat, it seemed, even when fighting Vader. Somebody made a fan video where they redid the fight scene between Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi in episode 6. No. Episode 4. Sorry, there's so many now. And it's a fight scene between Kenobi and Vader. And they redid it to make it much more dramatic. And I gotta say, pretty doggone good. I was about to say it's way more believable. And by believable, I mean space wizards fighting on a space station that's a perfect sphere, using their laser swords, really fix that believability. I'm turning into Brian Regan there. Now it's believable. Not only am I turning into Brian Regan, I'm turning into Pete Holmes doing an impression of Brian Regan. A copy of a copy of a copy. Take that, America. I want to write a screenplay that just for the sake of that line right there, what I just said. Take that, America. Take that, America. I don't know what the screenplay would be about. I do know, though, I would like it to have war bunnies. All right, now I'm just being silly. I can't stand it when I get silly. I hate getting silly. I used to love being silly, and now I'm just too bitter. Too bitter for the silliness of the war bunny. Of the war bunny who says, "Take that, America." Now, is the war bunny the good guy or the bad guy in this situation? Because you could go either way with it. You know what? Let's be positive. Let's have faith in America, and let's make the War Bunny the bad guy in this movie. That's what we're gonna do. And War Bunny says, "Take that, America." And you have the senator that no one believes. He's evil. It doesn't matter that he's a bunny. Let that go. He's a war bunny. He is a bunny of war. We have to respond in kind. Senator, you're out of your mind. You're a war hawk. We could use an actual hawk. I'm in agreement on that. It's just a bunny, Senator. You don't get it. Did you see the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail? That's the kind of bunny I'm talking about. Senator, did you just cite Monty Python and the Holy Grail in a serious conversation involving a bunny that you purport to be warlike? God bless you, Senator. Thank you. This is what happens when I don't dust my apartment. I'm a senator and I live in an apartment. Okay, well, that was a fun little riff. I think we're all better people because of that riff, right? War Bunny. And you know how they solved the day? You know how they saved the day in this War Bunny movie? They introduce a female bunny, and War Bunny falls in love. And they make love like rabbits and have an entire family. And then he's just got too much time. He can't go to war. He's got a family he's got to deal with. So love conquers all. Love conquers all. Isn't that really? There you go. So the movie has a message. It's got action. It's got drama. It's got sex, violence, and at one point, a bunny that says, "Take that, America!" Launch the bombs. You mean the bunny bombs? I'm not calling them bunny bombs. But you are a bunny and you're asking to launch the bombs. I mean, you could call them. I know I could call them that, but I don't want to. Take that, America, with my bombs, period. All right, well, this was a fun jaunt. There we go.